A daycare abuses a 3-year-old child. Daycare workers have now been charged with that abuse. Let's put up the picture of the alleged abusers here, okay? They abused a black child. The workers at a church daycare in Georgia have been charged in a child abuse case for allegedly slamming around a 3-year-old child. It was caught on video. The Clarkston Police Department in the state of Georgia issued warrants for the arrest of Bernetta Glover and Autumn Coney on charges of cruelty to children in the first degree stemming from a July 6th incident at Clarkston First Baptist Academy, okay? Kristen Collier, the mother, said her 3-year-old son came home with a swollen jaw and visibly upset on July 6th. After seeing her son's injuries, the mother confronted the teachers and requested the video from the daycare. She also pulled her son from the daycare and called the police. Talk about a vigilant and smart mother. She got exactly what she needed for justice to be served and for the abuse to stop. The abuse occurred repeatedly over the course of 3 hours, according to the police. The staff punched my child in the face, grabbed him by his ponytail, and led him around like it's a leash, Collier told WGCL CBS 46. I watched her grab him by his top ponytail, slam him against the wall, punch him in the face. I feel so bad for him. And this is the first time that he's ever been in daycare. She continued, this is a church. This is a church, and I trusted the church. I got some information about the church. Let's go to these stills from the video. The video Collier shared with the news outlet shows a teacher picking up the child by the arms and then by his shirt and throwing him down. There's another video, we have stills from that as well. One of the workers are stepping on a child's finger and kneeing another child in the back of the head while the other scolds the baby. Who's in charge of this church? Put up their pictures. The heads of Clarkston First Baptist Church, Pastor Carl D. Moore and his wife, and Angelia Moore. They are in charge. Buck stops with them. Now, I'm not saying that they were aware of this abuse. There's no evidence to suggest that. But I am saying that they are responsible at the end of the day because it happened under their leadership. Now, this mother not only exposed the abuse of her own 3-year-old child, but the abuse that was happening to other children in that facility. Yes, an arrest has been made, but because of the vigilance, once again, of a mother, she had to put this evidence together, provided it, the arrest warrant went out. It's so sad that we have to cover stories like this to highlight the reality of child care in America, especially contextualized through religious establishments. How many times on Indisputable have we covered stories just like this? And it was a religious establishment that covered the criminal activity. Well, at least in this case, you don't have the pastor coming out defending the actions of the daycare workers as we have seen in other cases prior. We're going to follow this because once again, the mother exposed that the actions of abuse were not simply isolated to her own child. Adrian, thoughts here?
You know, this is very, very scary. And I think this is something that would be out of every parent's nightmare. The thought that they're leaving their children in someone's care and that person is abusing them, because that's clearly what was happening in that instance. And it's hard to believe that other people there in that church or in that facility had no idea whatsoever that this is the nature of these people. I'm sure you could be able to tell from their disregard of maybe the children's needs at times that they were not necessarily the best caretakers for them. And so it really, really speaks to the fact that we shouldn't have to have video surveillance in these environments, but we do. because there are too many people out there who will say they are positioned to take care of children and that they are the best caretakers, all the while they're the best abusers. And so I do hope that these women who are abusing these kids, that they are held to the highest standards and that they are hit with the books, because they deserve any kind of punishment that comes down the pike, if not more.
And this is why regulation is important. I know there are some people who watch the show, they are anti-regulation, anti-rules, anti-protocol. You must have regulation in place, especially as it relates to the safety of children. Yes, it's going to require that an agency or professional, they must go through another level of bureaucracy, but at the end of the day, the trade-off is worth it. It's in protection of our young people.